Okay. You are there in India. I'm there in somewhere across the world. Somewhere in the world.
Muted.
Somewhere in the world. Uh, for example, you are a developer. I'm a end user there in somewhere. That time, for creating Webi report, in your system, you need a BO client installation. In my system, I need not to install any software. In my system, if I want to access your report, whatever you create from your client, please export that report to server, particular server, dev server. So later, I can connect from my system to dev server by using BI Launchpad. There is a portal called as the BI Launchpad. By using BI Launchpad, compatibly I can connect to the dev server or QA server or production server so that I can access your report. That means the end user need not to install any software, and the developer mandatory to have a BO installation in their local system, and as well as developer need a one user account in the dev QA PROD server, and end user also, if you are giving access for the end user from production box, end user also required a user account in the production box and portal access. No, earlier there is a portal called as InfoView. With the InfoView portal, you can create a Webi report, you can modify Webi report, as well as you can distribute all Webi, Crystal, Excelsius and all. That means whatever the report you created from your local system by using Crystal, Excelsius, Webi, that all when you publish in the production box or dev box, QA box, the customer can access all the reports from one place is called as the InfoView. But in the current version, they renamed InfoView as a BI Launchpad. BI Launchpad. Same story in R4. Whatever the reports you want to create from your system, you need all that clients. Then once you created your report, put in the server, the end user can access from BI Launchpad. BI Launchpad. Anyway, leave about that. Now I want to create a one Webi report on top of universe called as a e-fashion universe. Before moving to this, I just want to explain my requirement. You are working for Webi report development, are you working for Crystal report development, are you working for Excelsius report development, and you are a developer to develop a reports, the time the input from the customer is the customer will send you the requirement document. Based on the requirement document, you need to build a report and you need to distribute a report for the end users. Based on that requirement document, you can build. In the requirement document,
Muted.
they'll give all the details, whatever they required in the report. Based on that requirement, you need to build your report. Now, let me explain my requirement. Based on that requirement, we'll create a report now. My requirement is I want a one report, one table, year, quarter, state, city, sales revenue, quantity sold in one tab with the vertical table format. I need a one block in the tab 1 with the vertical table format. In vertical table format. And I need a one more tab. I need a one more tab, one more tab in the same one more block in the same report. Year wise sales revenue 2004, some sales revenue 2005 and 2006 some sales revenue, 2007 some sales revenue, and this I want the second block I want in a table, I want in a bar chart format. I want in bar chart format. I want a bar charts. Otherwise column chart. Just create a one column chart for this particular with the particular data. This particular data I want to convert as a bar chart. I need a data like this. Okay, anyway, leave about this. I need a second one is a bar chart, and I need a tab 2. In the tab 2, I need a some name. Tab 1 is tab 2. I need some name called as metadata. There I need a query summary. Query summary. In the query summary, you need to display how much time each query is taking to execute a report. When user runs a report, now when you see this, in this report you have a one query or two queries to create a report. In the tab 1 you have a two blocks. The two blocks you need to build on top of Universe, and tab 2 you need to build. Tab 2 you need to build some other report, and then later in the tab 3 you need to display metadata to give statistics of the each query. Query 1 statistics and query 2 statistics and query 3 statistics. In query 1 statistics you need to display execution time for that query, number of record fetched for that query, and universe name from where it is taking, and query name, what is that query name, what objects used in the result objects, what objects used in the condition object. That query statistics you need to display in the metadata tab. You need to create two queries on top of one universe. In tab 1 you need to create two blocks with the help of query 1. In tab 2 you need to create a other block. In tab 3 you need to create a metadata. In the metadata you need to create you need to show the statistics of the queries. In tab 4 you need to give a step-by-step help for the end user to play with your dashboard. That 4 tabs you need to create one report with the different queries, and one tab is for displaying metadata, other tab is for displaying a help text. That is what I required in the report. You are going to create that report, and I am giving you the universe name called as eFashion Universe. eFashion Universe. I gave you the requirement what I need. I gave you the data source, from where you need to get the data. So now you are clear. You just need to create that report and distribute for the end user who are there in across the world. That is the case. First time, if you want to build a report, you just need to connect with the WebRich client. Once you connected with the WebRich client, it will give you a lot of options for us. One is, if you want to create a report on top of Universe, please select a Universe. If you want to create a report on top of Beck's Analyzer report, there is already Analyzer report. If you want to take that as a source, please take Analyzer view. If you want to create a report on Excel, please take Excel. SAP Beck's text. If you want to create a report on top of web service, that means the web service which is built on top of WSDL or XML, HTML, you need to take a web service as a source. Now anyway, I want to create a web report on top of Universe. As per our requirement, they requested us to take eFashion as a source for us. So please select eFashion Universe. You just need to click on eFashion Universe. Now when you click on eFashion Universe, you are trying to take that eFashion Universe from the server. That means already you created eFashion Universe from your client and exported to BO server. If you want to take that Universe, what you exported to the server as a source for the report, you just need to enter that server username, password, so that you can talk with the universes which are there in the server. Or if you want to connect with the local Universe, that time you need to define use offline mode, and in place of enterprise you need to select just offline mode and click on login. It will work. But now I want to take from online, so that is the case. You need to select here as a enterprise, and then you need to give your BO password for that particular server. Click on login. Now I entered server name as Dev and my username password to access that particular server. This time your rich client try to communicate with the server, and it will display the universes. Anyway, you selected the universe, eFashion Universe. Now as per our requirement, you need to build a one query. When you see this query panel, this query panel have a 4 panes. In earlier version, in the query panel you can see only 3 panes. In this query panel, in this version, you have a classes and objects, you have a result objects, you have a query filters, as well as you have a data preview. In the earlier version you don't have a data preview, but in the current version they give a data preview. And if you want to build any report in Webi, if you want to build any query on top of Universe, you selected that Universe. Now you can see all the classes and objects whatever you created in the Universe, that will be appeared in the left side pane. And if you want to build a query with the few objects, that time that few objects you need to drag and drop into result objects pane. That time it will write a select class. If you want to build a filter on any object, that object you need to drag and drop into query filters pane. Then later click on refresh. It will display the data. It will display the preview data. Now I want to create a report with the year wise, quota wise, month, state, city, sales revenue. When you drag and drop your objects into result objects pane, that time it will write a SQL query. You can see SQL query. In earlier version you have a SQL. Here you can see the icon name as SQL. But here they give view script. When you click view script, When you click view script, it will display the script. Now the SQL query, by default the system is generated. If you want to write your own SQL query for this report, for running this report, that time you just need to enable use custom SQL script and write your required script and validate it and save it. And later if end user clicks and run, when the user trying to run a report, that time the custom SQL query will fire on the universe. It will get a data according to your custom SQL. If you don't want to change any SQL, that time please use the query script generated by your query. Yes. Then click on yes. Then now the report will run with the default query what you created, and you drag and drop the objects. Now I don't want to apply any filters. Later I'll show you how to apply a filter, so I'll talk about the filters later. Now if you want to refresh, just when you click refresh here itself you can see the here itself you can see the here itself you can see the results, but it says there is a problem with the state. The reason is there is a aggregate awareness. I hope that is not satisfying because there is no joins, I hope, between the tables. We'll see that later. Refresh. When you click refresh, you can see your data. You can see your data. Now you can see your report data. Later, if you want to convert this as a table, this as a chart and all, once you have seen your preview of the data, you just need to click on run query. When you click on run query, by default it will display the report with the one table, that is a vertical table. Once you have seen your vertical table, my customer is requested to display one more chart in the same report. The chart you need to display year comma quarter as a x-axis, sales revenue as y-axis. That means you need to display year slash quarter 1, 2004 slash quarter 1, 2004 slash quarter 2, 2004 quarter 3, 2004 quarter 4, as well as 2005 quarter 1, 2005 quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 results in the bar chart. That is the case. What you need to do is, in earlier version you have a templates. Here you have a templates and properties, but you don't have a now. You don't have a templates now. When you see here, you have a document summary, input control, web service publisher, document structure and filter. They give like this, but earlier you have a here itself. See, when you click this is your report map, this is input control, this is web services, this is available object. When you click here, you can see your objects, and this is for your document summary. Okay, anyway, now you created your report. Now you are going to create a one more chart in the same report. If you want to create one more chart, you just need to go to insert. There you have a if you want to build a column chart, please take a column chart. You just need to take a column chart and place the column chart somewhere. You just need to place the column chart here. But you place the column chart here, but you need to drag and drop your required objects into. You just need to drag and drop your required objects. But fortunate or unfortunate, in earlier version, when you drag and drop into x-axis dimension, y-axis measure, it will display the data. Now anyway it created, see, when you go to data, when you click on refresh, when you go to data, when you click on, otherwise if you go to okay, when you go to data, you can see your, anyway, you can see your report with the tables. But in current version, if you want to convert a table as a a report, what you call as your, let me explain how to convert a table as a chart. Let me remove this particular chart first. Okay, anyway, let me take a data for this particular table. I just want to copy and paste this particular table. I hope you know how to copy and paste. Just Control C, and as well as, otherwise let's create a new report. Sorry, there's a problem here. Okay, anyway, let me take this particular and now anyway, I want to create one more query for this, and build a report. Build a report. If you want to see here, you are not displaying all the report tabs. I want to show full screen. It's working now. Let me show all the this what you call as all the bars, whatever you have. I want to come out of the free this mode, left side mode, and I'm in reading mode. I want to, let me close this. I'll show you. The thing is, now you are in other mode. I need to come up with the normal mode. See, now if you want to create a report with the on top of eFashion, just select eFashion. The eFashion universe you are selecting from Ravan server. Ravan is my dev server. Then enter your BO username password. Click on log on. Once you click on login, it will take you into the query panel. Just drag and drop whatever the objects you required. I'm just dragging and dropping year, quarter, month, and sales revenue. Run a query. Once you run a query, it will generate a vertical table in the chart in the report pane. You can see vertical table. Then if you want to convert this as a chart, if you want to convert this as a chart, you can you can go to available objects. Here you have available objects. First drag and drop here, and as well as quarter, and as well as sales revenue. It will form a one more vertical table. And if you want to convert this as a chart, either either right click, there you have a turn into chart. If you want to turn this as a chart, you can right click, turn into column chart. Then it will automatically turn into a column chart. It will turn into a column chart, but it is displaying 2004, 2005, 2006, and every year you have a 4 quarters and their respective sales. If you want to, this is a one tab you created, and if you want to add one more tab to display other blocks from other universe, that time what you need to do is, in earlier version you have an option called as edit query. Simply you can click on edit query and you can go to the query panel and you can add a new query and you can get a new data. But in current version they have changed all the options. When you see here, in earlier versions all the options you can see in one window, but in current version they have grouped some features into some particular tab. When you see here, you have a report element. In the report element you can see vertical table, cross tab, sorry, this is horizontal table, this is your cross tab, this is your form, this is your charts. All they displayed in the report elements, and in the format they put all your font color, background color, as well as center line, left line, and all. In the data access, when you see, if you want to create a new query, the edit query and new data provider and purge options and refresh options they will give in the data access. But in earlier versions all these options you can see in the same window. But now if you want a data related details, you need to go to data access and analysis. Analysis means if you want to create a filter, or if you want to create a breaks, or if you want to create input controls, or if you want to apply sorting, ascending and descending order, and if you want to make a drill down, drill up, drill by, drill across, you need to go to analysis. And if you want to change the setup of page, you need to go to the page setup. There you have a add report, duplicate report. For example, if you want to add a new report, that means you want to add one more tab, that time you need to go to page setup. And when you see here, you have a design mode. In the design mode you have a with data, structure only. If you click on structure only, that time report will display only structure, and then you can drag and drop whatever the objects you want into the report. You can work on structure pane. Or if you want to go to here, it will display with data. With data means it will display the data. And when you see here, you have a data tab. There you can see only query name and the respective data. If you go to design mode, if you click with data, that time you can see a report with the data. Data means it will display only query name and what data you have used that for query. That query. And in the with data means you will see with data. Reading means when you click reading, when you click reading, that time report only display the reading mode but not in the writing mode. You cannot modify. And data providers means you can create you can use any data providers. In the tools they give change structure. If you want to change the structure of the report, query 1, you need to go to change structure. And export data. In earlier version, if you want to export a query 1 data to PDF and Excel, you need to go to save to my computer as PDF or Excel. But in the current version they give a save and save as. In the current version they give a export data. In export data you can export query 1 to PDF or Excel, and as well as they give variable also. If you want to create a variable or merge, that all they give in the tools. That means all the options they logically grouped into different subgroups. Based on your requirement, you need to access a subgroup and apply a different features. I think there is a common, nothing is there, just they change the look and feel of the window, but remaining all are same. And if you want to send a report to your mail like something, so that time you need to click on, here you have a mail, web intelligence document, Excel or PDF. When you click PDF, it will ask you to enter the mail ID, then it delivers to the end user mail ID. Okay, leave about that. Now I want to create a one more tab. If you want to create a one more tab, that time you need to go to data access, you need to go to data providers, there you have a data provider. If you want to modify the existing query, you need to go to edit. If you want to create a new data provider, please click on new data provider. If you want to take a new data from universe, again, and then you need to click on from universe. When you click from universe, it will display all available universes there in the server. If you want to take other universe as a source, if you want to take this particular universe conversion tool for audit, click on select. When you click on select, it will display all the available objects in that particular universe and document name, and I'm selecting number of documents. This is this audit universe. I hope you know this universe they call as audit universe. This universe records all your auditing details. For example, who accessed the report and how many reports will be there in the server, and what is the name of the document, and how many documents available in the repository. That all details you can see in the audit universe. Audit universe is basically to create a usage tracking reports. Basically, if you take any reporting tool, we have a two kind of reports. One is transactional report. Second one is usage tracking reports. Transactional means that reports will display data to give a analysis for the customer to see how many business transactions happened and what data is there in the backend. But when you talk about usage tracking reports, this reports is basically for the administrator. For example, you created the report and exported to the server. One of the developer or end user removed your report. If you want to track who deleted, who got accessed, and who modified your report, that all details will be recorded in the auditing universe. I told you, once you install your universe, once you install your PO, it will make it two repositories in the server. One is transactional repository. Second one is audit repository. In the transactional repository, it contains all the transactions. Audit repository, it contains all the log files of the BO. Whatever the users connected, whatever the users edited, and whatever the users run the reports, that all will be there in the auditing universe. This is also auditing universe. I'm just running a one query on top of this. Okay, just run a query. Thing could not resolve the connection identifier classifies. I think there is a problem with this connection of this universe. Later we'll see. Now I want to close this. I want to close this. I close particular, that query I want to close, and close this particular query panel. Then you can see only one query. Now I want to take a query from other database, other universe, from universe. Let me take a other data also from same universe with some objects: state, city, store name, sales revenue, run queries. Now this report will take data from universe 2. I want to take that data, it says Microsoft Access drivers. You try to execute query that not includes the specified expression state as part of an aggregate function. Okay, I think the problem is with the state and store objects, that I will later will see that. I think same error we will get for city also. In the universe level, there is a problem with the aggregate awareness function, so that's why it's throwing an error. Let me take other objects. I want to make with the lines wise, category wise, sales revenue, quantity sold, run queries. There is a problem with this universe also. Let me close this also. There is a problem with that also. Move from universe. Let me take same universe. And then take your required objects, lines, category, sales revenue, quantity sold, run queries. Connection identifier specified IES 1091. I think there is a problem with this. Let me take year wise, week wise, sales revenue, quantity sold, run queries. Now I think there is a problem with this universe. Now let me open a universe and let me check in the universe level first. Then I'll show you why the problem, why it is coming. Let me take a information designer tool. I just want to check. It's throwing an error called as the TNS doesn't resolve because there is a connection issue. Whatever the connection you created, now it's not working. I just want to check that universe. Open project, or you can go to file, then retrieve published universes. File, open project. I want to browse for that particular repository. Otherwise, let me take this retrieve published universe from a repository. Thing is, we are not connected with the repository. Now I want to connect with the repository. You just connect. You have a repository, but still you are not connected with the repository. When you connect with the repository, in the repository you can see universes. There you can see the eFashion universe also. eFashion universe. In the file, retrieve published universe. Here you have this universe. Right click, convert .env universe. we have a otherwise, this universe they created with the not information designer. They created a universe with the universe designer. There is a tool called as a universe designer, universe design tool. We have a two universes in latest version. One universe is .env, second one is .evenx. This universe they created with the help of this universe design tool. That's why that universe I am not able to open from information designer. If you want to open from information designer, that universe again you need to convert as a .unx. UNX. How you convert .unx? Just right click there, you can convert as a UNX. Let me import that universe. This is our universe, eFashion universe. I just imported that particular eFashion universe. There you have a lot of objects. When you see in the store, you have a state. I want to click on go to properties, display. Yes, it's working. And a state. Let me check city also. Display. Okay, there is a problem here. Let me go to edit query, remove this prompt. Okay, and store name also I have a prompt. I want to remove this also. Run. Okay. Now let me test this universe. I have a query panel. I just want to drag and drop state, city, sales revenue, run it. Yes, if it is running, then save, file, export, browse. For the folder called as Webi Universes folder, click on OK, click on OK. Now you created the universe, you exported the same universe to the server. Now I want to take this as a source for creating a report. Now let me take that as a source. I'm just logging out from the rich client. I'm sorry for this. There is a problem with the universe. I'm just trying to track the errors what I have in the universe. If you want to create a new document, click on new, and now you are going to take a universe as a source. Just select universe. Now I need to take a universe from Webi Universes folder. This is our universe. Click on select. When you click on select, now it will display all the objects there in the universe. Now I want to create a report with the year wise, quarter wise, month wise, sales revenue. Then click on refresh. So this is for preview. Yes, it's running fine. Then if you want to create one more query, simply you can create your add query, or anyway run query. Run query. Now it will display the data for one query, that is your block. And if you want to create one more chart block, that time you just need to drag and drop. You can create multiple ways. Let me show one way to create. Second block, year, quarter, as well as sales revenue. You can just drag and drop. And if you want to convert this as a chart, just right click on this particular block, then you need to click turn into a particular chart, column chart. If you want to convert, you can convert into column chart. And as per the requirement, second requirement, you need to create a one more tab. If you want to create a one more tab in the current version, you need to go to data access. And if you want to create a new query, you need to go to new data provider from universe. and I want to take a same universe as a source. Take same universe as a source. Then let me try to run a report with the state, city, store name, as well as sales revenue, quantity sold. Then when you click refresh, it says still there is error. You have tried to execute a query that does not include the specified expression state as part of an aggregate function. And IES 3 error. Let me click on details, and no, this won't help. I think so. Still there is a problem in this universe. The problem is with the city and store. City you are taking at the rate aggregate of state comma outlet stop the state. It's working. City in the properties, display it's working, and when you see sales revenue, sum of sales revenue, this dot sales revenue, softfact dot amount sold, you can display. Yes, it's working. Why there is a problem here? I think so.